Alright guys, we made it to Kiev, so we're gonna head over to the downtown area right now, check into the Airbnb. So the place we're staying at, you have to go to one other location and you can pick up the keys there, and then eventually I'll be able to check in. So this time I'm pretty happy just because it's not just a room, getting to stay in my own place, so I don't have to worry about getting locked in or out of the apartment, which was a problem at the last place. So excited to see the city. Again, I'm pretty tired. I slept like an hour on the plane because I'm super tired, didn't sleep at all yesterday, but I'll check in with you guys soon. We made it into the Airbnb, and honestly, it's super nice, and it's only $40 a night. So this is a big step up from what I was staying in Helsinki and in Tallinn, where I was basically just in like a tiny room. And if I turn the camera around here, this is the place. So you walk in, got a nice little living room in here, a little MTV Cribs action, kitchen, nice stovetop, we got a refrigerator. And then if we come out here, I actually haven't even been out here yet. We have a little terrace. You can look out. Like a garden down there. Little patio area. And then going back inside, we got the master bedroom over here. So it's pretty cool. And then we got the bathroom. It's pretty solid. And what I'm gonna do is, got a washing machine and we got a dryer, so I'm gonna be able to get some laundry done. I think today is gonna be a rest day just because I have been doing so much. Sometimes when you're traveling, you just wanna go, but when you're traveling for 2 weeks, you really need a day to recoup. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I'm gonna get some laundry detergent, I need to get shaving cream. That isn't something that I picked up yet. From what I've seen so far, I think that the competency of the English language is significantly lower in Ukraine than in the other countries I was in previously. I'm not sure if that is to do with something, related to the fact that it's not a part of the European Union. I find that in EU countries, they definitely speak English a lot better. So I don't know any Ukrainian. I know Ukrainian's still, the language that's most widely spoken in Kiev, even though a lot of people in other parts of the country do speak Russian as well. I don't speak either. So I might need to look up just a few phrases. So this should be interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab some food, so I have food for tomorrow, throw my laundry in, and then just chill. I might try to walk around later, we'll see. I'm right by the Independence Square, which is a very well-known, prominent area in Kiev. It's like the only area that I know so far. But I asked my friend Sophia, who lives in the States. She's from Ukraine originally, but more from the east part, but she's also, of course, been to Kiev before, so I asked her for some recommendations. So I have an itinerary of things that I want to do tomorrow, but today just going to be primarily settling in, relaxing, and trying to sleep, because I only slept 2 hours last night and 2 hours the night before that. So tonight that's gonna guys, so we're just sitting outside now, kind of the main street, the main square in Kiev. Here I'm just walking around, and what I notice is there's this massive street festival going on right now, and all the roads are closed off. You'll see those kind of pictures coming up on the screen now as I'm talking about it, and it's really cool. It looks like everyone is out in the city, so I'm glad that at least one of the days I'm here is the weekend. It's Sunday night right now, but it's just really interesting. I'm very much so off the beaten path, just going to a sit-down restaurant, sitting outside by myself in a country where I can't speak the language at all. Here in Kiev, primarily they speak Ukrainian, and then in the eastern parts of the country, closer to Russia, they do speak Russian there. But I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it. It's like 9:45 right now. I'm just gonna sit out here and kind of take in the sights. There's a lot of street performers and stuff going on, like dancers and people singing. People are riding around on these go-karts and stuff. So I'm gonna chill here for a little bit and then go back home. So I went out. Morning guys, we're here in Kiev. I finally slept. I slept a lot. I think I slept like 10 and a half or no, 9.5, 10 hours. So that's a big improvement on the 2 hours I had been sleeping the last few days. I did take my iPhone with me when I went out last night, and I took some videos of the festival that they had going on. Just didn't feel like lugging my camera around. But today we have a walking tour that actually starts in 6 minutes. Luckily, it's like right outside. So we're gonna go and check that out, and I'll give you guys some insight on, you know, kind of what I've thought about Kiev, Ukraine so far. This is gonna be an ancient history tour because Kiev is definitely a super old city. Alright guys, we're doing the walking tour of Kiev now. Veronica is showing us around the ancient part of the city, and what I realized is that beautiful square that we were in was completely rebuilt after World War II because it was destroyed. Kiev was invaded by the Russians first, and then after the Nazis, so very similar to what kind of happened in Estonia. So after hearing that, they said that the entire city was bombed, so they had to reconstruct the entire square, so the majority of those buildings were built in the 1940s through the 1970s. So there's definitely a lot of you know, Soviet bloc era architecture within there, which, you know, it isn't always the most pretty, but it's still, you know, very interesting to see because it's definitely a testament to the time period when it was a part of the Soviet Union.
The people will go from here, so better take either this side or just go there if you are okay with the height.
Woo! Alright guys, so we just finished our walking tour of Kiev. We got some lunch. It was a very interesting tour. It was another free tour. Veronica was a very good tour guide, so if you guys ever see her when you're, you know, here in Kiev, make sure you say hello. So anyway, we just took the funicular down. If you see up here, it comes down from the old part of the city, and we're going down to the coast, and this area here is called Podil. Is that? Yes, we're here at Podil, which is like a very cool, kind of like a lot of the university students are down here. And I met a few friends as well. If you want to say hello or no? I don't know. Okay, well, you could say hi. This is Christina from Germany.
Hi, I'm Christina from Tallinn.
And Dorothy is here too, but we won't film her.
Yeah.
But and we also met, yeah, she's over there, but it's fine. And we met Mas as well, who's from the UK, and he might be joining us for in a little bit as well. So excited to explore this area of the city. It should be cool. Hey guys, so just finished getting drinks with Dorothy and Christina from Germany. So we're just chilling on the water over there. I'm trying to find Wi-Fi. None of the places that we went had it. I'm trying to meet up with our other friend that we met on the tour, Mas, from the UK. So it's a really nice evening out here, you know, on the waterfront for sure. There's a beach over there. I could show you guys that in a minute with a lot of just kind of sunbathers. I didn't see anyone in the water. I'm not sure if that's because it's cold or that's because it's not clean, but there's this like little church in the background too, which is really cool. So yeah, I have this last night here in Kiev, so I'm gonna try to meet up with Mas, find a place that we can go grab some dinner, maybe grab a couple drinks, and probably make it an early evening. We have a flight tomorrow at 10:50 a.m. going to Batumi. So that's kind of a decently far flight. I think it's around 2.5, 3 hours to get to Georgia, and then we're gonna be staying on the Black Sea. It's gonna be a pretty nice accommodation, kind of in like a high-rise overlooking the Black Sea before we start our journey up to the mountains of Mestia. So it's about to get interesting. I don't really know what Georgia has to hold. I've kind of mentioned it to a few people that I met here in Ukraine, and they've heard that it is very beautiful, but they've never actually been. So we'll see what happens. Hey guys, we're back at the Airbnb, just getting ready to go to sleep right now. As you can see over here, got my bag packed up. We're going tomorrow, so we got a flight on Sky Up Airways, which is an airline that just got started like a year ago. I never heard of them. To Batumi in Georgia, which is a city on the Black Sea. I actually was able to meet up to go to dinner with Mas. He is living in the UK. He's originally from Iran. So what we did is we actually went to this cool restaurant that our tour guide Veronica recommended. It's like a secret restaurant. It's below the city center, the Independence Square in Kiev, and in order to get in you have to say a password, which is in Ukrainian, and on the tour we were told what it is, but we actually didn't remember how to say it correctly, but they kind of cut us some slack. They put it on the card, and then we were able to say it correctly. We got in. I didn't actually take my camera there. We were just kind of enjoying the experience, but when you walk in, you go through like a secret door to this like back room, and there's like a bar area, and the bar stools actually move, so it's kind of pretty cool place, and you know, relatively affordable. All the entrees ended up being like €6 or €7. It was a good day. Met some new friends in Kiev. Really cool city. A lot to see, and definitely a lot that's going to come in terms of development to this city over the coming years, because it doesn't really have the infrastructure for tourism. Not many people speak English at all compared to a lot of the other European cities that I've been to, but you can tell things are moving in the right direction, and within the next 5 to 10 years this is definitely going to be you know, a big city that a lot of people do visit to, and I'm sure that the you know, quality of life for the people will continue to rise as we see constant improvement. From, you know, back in 2014 when the Independence Square, there was protests where over 100 people were killed, and you know, Ukraine has definitely really come a long way in just this past 5 years. Of course, there's a conflict going on in the east, you know, with Russia, but that's kind of more it's just in that one region. It doesn't really affect the other regions of the country at all. But anyway, Ukraine's a beautiful country. I wish I had more than 2 days to spend here. I'll definitely be back, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow to let you know how the flight situation's going. Guys, so we made it to the airport in Kiev. We're actually at the other airport that was further away from the Airbnb that I was staying in, and no joke, we actually almost weren't able to get on the flight. I got over to the check-in area and they told me the check-in was closed. It closed like 15 minutes previously, and finally was able to convince them. I was like, I need to get on this flight, you know, I need to go to Batumi. This is, you know, the next city that I'm going to. Like, is there anything you can do? And they were able to get me in. So the flight is just boarding over here now. It was like a weird terminal in the airport that's just for SkyUp Airlines, which is this new airline startup that just started last year. So there actually was no line at security because there's only one flight that is leaving from this terminal right now, and everyone else had already gone through. So as soon as I got my bag in, I was good, and I have about 10 minutes now, but I just kind of underestimated the amount of traffic. There was like crazy rush hour traffic going in and out of Kiev. It's like, you know, it's, what time is it? It's like 10:20. The flight leaves, was scheduled to leave at 10:50, and I didn't get over here until like 10:10, basically like 10 minutes ago. And I went to the wrong terminal. I had to get on this shuttle bus. This taxi driver almost tried to charge me €10 to go like, I don't know, 800 meters. So it's a little crazy, but it looks like we're gonna get on. So I'm excited to go to Batumi. It looks like a beautiful city on the Black Sea. So excited to explore, and I'm gonna go to the beach today probably. Water's pretty warm this time of year. I think it's in the 90s. It's pretty far south, you know, on the Black Sea. So it's gonna be a beach day this afternoon. I think we get in at around 2:20 local time. There's a 1 hour time difference. They're 1 hour ahead of Kiev, 8 hours ahead of New York. So I'm excited to explore.